Good afternoon, viewers. You are watching India Daily English. Myself, Ashish Sinha. Today, we are going to talk about the war which is going to be happened between Afghanistan and Pakistan. Because in a rare move, Pakistan conducts airstrikes on suspected Taliban hideouts in Afghanistan, resulting in the civilian casualties and escalating the region tensions. On this topic, we have with us Major Dr. Muhammad Ali Shah. Major, how do you see the war which is going to take place between the Afghanistan and Pakistan?
Right, आशीष जी, thank you very much for having me on your show. And मैं आपका बहुत बड़ा fan हूँ. I admire your work and for a very very long time in fact. So it's a very interesting question that you have asked me. See, कहते हैं इतिहास अपने आप को दोहराता है. पाकिस्तान की अगर आप हिस्ट्री निकालें तो उनके जो सगे थे, उनके जो दोस्त थे, सबसे इन्होंने दुश्मनी मोल रखी है. आप देखिए 1979 से लेकर 1989 जो कोल्ड वॉर हुआ था सोवियत यूनियन और अमेरिका के बीच में, तब पाकिस्तान की खूब दोस्ती थी अमेरिका के साथ. आज की तारीख में वो दोस्ती कहां पर है? कहीं पे नहीं है. पाकिस्तान का सगा कौन है? पाकिस्तान का दोस्त कौन है? कोई नहीं है. आप देखिए, कभी भी कोई आपने गौर किया होगा, मैं आम भाषा में समझाता हूँ. पार्क में या कहीं पे सड़क पे चलते कोई गिर जाता है, किसी को चोट पहुंचती है, 10 लोग दौड़ते हुए आते हैं उसके पास, अरे भैया चोट लग गई, गिरे तो नहीं, क्या हो गया? पाकिस्तान पे जब नौबत आती है तो कोई नहीं होता है. श्रीलंका पे नौबत आई थी तो हमने $2.8 बिलियन का एड वहां पे पहुंचाया था. तुर्की में भूकंप आया, हमने पहले अपने जहाज भेजे. आप देखिए यूक्रेन में आफत आई, आप देखिए अफगानिस्तान में आफत आई, आप देखिए गल्फ वॉर की बात करें, हिंदुस्तान हमेशा आगे बढ़ता है मदद के लिए. पाकिस्तान में बाढ़ आ गई थी 2-1 साल पहले, हजारों लोग वहां पे मर गए थे बाढ़ के अंदर. हमारे प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी साहब ने ट्वीट किया, ये बोला अफसोस जताते हुए, लेकिन पाकिस्तानी ये शहबाज शरीफ साहब ने फट से ट्वीट, जैसे कि ट्विटर पे बैठे होंगे वो बिल्कुल, कि अभी हिंदुस्तान से ट्वीट आएगी फट से जवाब देंगे वो. हमें कोई जरूरत नहीं है, हमें कोई मदद नहीं चाहिए हिंदुस्तान से. तो पाकिस्तान अपनी कब्र खुद खोलता है. अब हिंदुस्तान ने इनके ऊपर एयर स्ट्राइक करी थी, बालाकोट एयर स्ट्राइक, सर्जिकल स्ट्राइक भी करी है. ईरान ने इनके ऊपर.
हम इंग्लिश के लिए रिकॉर्ड कर रहे हैं, अगर पॉसिबल हो तो इंग्लिश में ही करें कंडक्ट इसको.
ऑल राइट, ओके फाइन. सो वी हैव डन एन एयर स्ट्राइक ऑन देम. Iran did an airstrike on them, and Pakistan is one country which will never improve, which will never. They say history repeats itself. Now, when history repeats itself, you look at this, you look at the now उन्होंने गलती कर दी. They made a mistake by going ahead and attacking Afghanistan. They thought bigger than their blanket. They spread their feet ahead of the blanket. And look where they are today. I'm sure they would be regretting and repenting. Have you ever noticed you have climbed somewhere on top, on a rooftop, and thereafter you've climbed on top, all right, it's difficult for you to come down. You are getting scared to come down. So Pakistan has taken that step, and that already 15,000 fighters from Afghanistan are ready to enter Pakistan and fight with them. Pakistan does not get along with Iran. Pakistan is not getting along with Afghanistan. Pakistan does not get along with India. China, which they claim, which is their elder brother with them, who will protect them, because China has got their interest in Pakistan. They have no heartfelt friendship. They have no unconditional friendship like the way we have with Russia, like the way we have with Bhutan, like the way we have. There's no give and take. There's no trade. Nothing. We're not expecting that. We're not expecting commerce. We're not involving commerce. It's an unconditional friendship. Pakistan has ruined it for them. Today, Pakistan is digging their own grave. What do you
think? Why there is a tension between Afghanistan and Pakistan?
See, Pakistan, as Hillary Clinton in 2013 in their parliament, she said, if you harbor snakes in your backyard thinking the snakes will bite you, by your neighbor, not you, you're mistaken. The snakes will come ahead and bite you. So Pakistan is a country which specializes in IT. IT, not information technology, but international terrorism. So Pakistan, General Faiz Hamid, the ISI chief. Imagine ISI chief. ISI is what? It's a secret intelligence agency, no? Khufia agency hai wo. Up now, if the chief of ISI is going to Afghanistan when Taliban takes over with big media coverage, a big haloba, that he's come here to support Haqqani network. So what can you expect? Instead of operating secretively, he's made a big mess out of it. Now, why coming to your question, why there is enmity between Afghanistan and Pakistan? Well, I will not call it enmity between Afghanistan and Pakistan. I'll call it enmity between Taliban and the Pakistani government. I would call it this way because now Pakistan has a concept of good Taliban and bad Taliban. Now, the same Taliban, which was good earlier, has now become bad. So, because there are disagreements, Durand line. I'll give you an example of Durand line. Pakistan and
Hmm.
Afghanistan, till today, there's been no agreement which has been reached on Durand line. Like India and China, there is a line of actual control. There is a perception, 3,488 kilometers stretch is actually a perception. Now, Durand line, there is no agreement. Afghanistan, Pakistan, Al Qaeda was sent to Tora Bora Hills, Tora Bora Mountains. In fact, when the US started the war against terror in 2001, that time the Al Qaeda was a creation by the US only. No, at the end of the day, Osama bin Laden during the Cold War
Hmm.
time was just a young mujahid who fought against the Soviets in the favor of
Hmm.
America. Later on, Osama bin Laden attacked America on 11 September 2001. Similarly, in Pakistan, they have promoted terrorism. They promoted. They used to clap for Taliban. They used to cheer for Taliban. And Taliban's bravery was where just they could they could put कोड़े लगा दे महिलाओं पे,
Hmm.
small babies, small
No,
children.
as much as I know, Major Shah, that earlier the Pakistan had supported Taliban.
You are right. You are 100% right. Yes. So Pakistan had supported Taliban. Now the same Taliban today is against Pakistan. Now why? Because of a lot of differences, a lot of disagreements, a lot of different opinion. Now it's too complex. If you see now Pakistan also has got different tribes inside Pakistan, and many of them don't get along. There's a lot infighting. There are civil wars in Pakistan. So now main thing is the border on land. Main thing is that the border issue. The Durand line is not agreed upon
Hmm.
between Taliban and Pakistan. So they
Hmm.
are so Pakistan is going to be divided ultimately in 4 or 5 parts. I see that as the future of Pakistan. And Pakistan also trying to influence
Hmm.
Bangladesh. I am made to learn and understand that Al Qaeda fighters they have shifted to Bangladesh apparently.
Hmm. Hmm.
So so Pakistan is now caught between the devil and the deep sea. They had no choice but to do an airstrike, and it was the biggest mistake of their lives. I would call it that way, Ashish.
This was not the first time when the Pakistan attacked on Afghanistan. I think, in March 2024, and in that time, that Pakistan had also done an airstrike on Afghanistan and several places. So why they are repeating these airstrikes? What kind of message Pakistan is going to give Afghanistan? And do you think that Afghanistan is going to retaliate on that?
See, Pakistan is always known for setting up a wrong example, a wrong precedence for everyone. So, what kind of they want to give a message to Afghanistan that to Taliban that we will fight you, but they it's a very big mistake. They have no idea. Apparently, they're going to be held to pay. The politicians and the military leaders, the leadership of Pakistan, they've made a blunder, and
Hmm.
who is going to buy it? It's going to be a common man, the common citizen of Pakistan who wants to just earn his daily wage, his salaries, and live there. So Pakistan is one country where the rich are going to get richer and the poor are going to get poorer. So that is the
Hmm.
reason. Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, Benazir Bhutto's father, he had become so popular in Pakistan that people used to call him daddy. Once he had said
Hmm.
that Pakistanis will eat grass, but they will
Hmm.
make an atom bomb. Today, Pakistan does have an atom bomb, but do they have the
Hmm.
funds to eat food? They
Hmm.
are concentrating on making bombs and missiles. The US Deputy NSA, 2 days back, John Saab, he has mentioned that
Hmm.
they are concentrating on making an intercontinental ballistic missile, which whose
Hmm.
range will not only affect South Asia but till reach till America. That could be
Hmm.
it could pose as a threat for Americans as well. So
Hmm.
Pakistan is stubborn, or some people will say they bad dimag hai. Bad dimag nahi hai, they are stubborn. They are really, I mean,
Hmm.
there's something wrong in their hawa pani, in their environment, in the atmosphere. So they are enough, they are self-reliant, they are self-sufficient, they are आत्मनिर्भर. जैसे आत्मनिर्भर
Hmm.
भारत है ना, on our own feet, वैसे ही ये
Hmm.
आत्मनिर्भर पाकिस्तान है. जो अपने
Hmm.
आप self reliant है to destroy their own self, so they are self destructive. That's all I can say that, Gigi.
What do you think that what would be the future role of India? The war which is going on Pakistan and Afghanistan, and how the Indian government is going to see it, and what would be the strategy of Indian government?
See, Indian government has always taken a right stand. It's always their foreign policy. Indian
Hmm.
foreign policy has
Either we
always
will talk
been
about the war which is going between the Ukraine and Russia.
right.
Everyone
See, well,
appreciated, every country of the world had appreciated the stand which was took by the Indian government.
right. See, the stand that India has taken about Russia and Ukraine, we have been very neutral, very friendly with both the nations. Russia is our friend, Ukraine is our friend. Joe Biden Saab had said India's stand is shaky. How can India's stand be shaky? US today, US had put sanctions on India when India during COVID time. They on the raw materials of the COVID vaccine. But the day India administered over 1 million vaccinations on one single day, US dropped the sanctions that very day. Now you may call it a coincidence, but the very fact is, like look at Quad, Australia, Japan, America, and India. India is a strategical partner about Quad to prevent Chinese aggression, especially in the South China Sea, because
Hmm.
India is neighbor with China. So India is very important for Americans, for America. So today America needs India more than India needs America. So now when we come
Hmm.
to the Russia-Ukraine war, India had operated Operation Ganga, over 30,000 students and from other nationalities as well. We are rescued.
Hmm.
So there was a ceasefire, there was a humanitarian corridor which was provided on because of India. The Pakistani bus also was flying an Indian flag as a Suraksha Kavach to protect themselves from anyone. If they, oh, the Pakistanis were putting Indian flag. If you put an Indian flag, we will camouflage and we will go quietly, we will be safe. So India
Hmm.
stand, be it Russia-Ukraine war, be it Israel, Lebanon, Iran, be it anywhere in the world. India's
Hmm.
stand has been very clear, very neutral, very friendly. We've got very good ties with all the countries in the world, apart from two countries, apart from China and Pakistan. We are trying to talk to China. There have been core command level talks. There have been a lot of border talks, Malson talks. But with Pakistan, you cannot expect talks. You can't expect terrorism in one hand, and
Hmm.
you can't expect dialogue on the other.
But
So yes, India,
Pakistan don't understand the language of talk. That's why this is,
बिल्कुल there is a saying in Hindi कि लातों के
yeah.
भूत बातों से नहीं मानते हैं. So Pakistan
Hmm.
will never understand the language of talks. We have tried every single thing. Our Prime Minister Narendra Modi Sahab has gone there. He uh, he has met Nawaz Sharif. He met Shabaz Sharif also. That earlier he has gone for Nawaz Sharif's daughter's wedding. We have tried प्यार से बात कर ली, डंडा मार लिया, सर्जिकल स्ट्राइक कर ली, एयर स्ट्राइक कर लिया, डिप्लोमेटिक टॉक्स कर ली. हमने बिलावल भुट्टो को बुलाया हिंदुस्तान G20 समिट में. सब कुछ करके देख लिया. We have tried every single thing. But होता है कि कहते हैं कुत्ते की दुम हमेशा टेढ़ी की टेढ़ी रहती है. कभी
Hmm.
सीधी होती ही नहीं है. So they can never, if we are expecting a peaceful relationship that, oh, we'll play cricket matches and we'll have exchange programs of literature, of poetry, and it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And let me tell you, when we are at the border, our soldiers would stand on a far terrain from away from the families in difficult terrains.
Hmm.
And we would find that India is sending cricket teams, they are having cricket matches, they're having exchange programs. And what are we? As soldiers, we are not fools. We'll stand there and
Hmm.
fight, and others will have a good time.
Hmm. My last question to you, Major Shah, that how do you see the future of war which is going on between Afghanistan and Pakistan? Whether it will convert in World War III or whether the Afghanistan is going to counter Pakistan, the strike which is has been done by the Pakistan against Afghanistan.
See, it will not come to World War III. Okay, that's for sure. Because when Russia-Ukraine war did not come to World War III, the
Hmm.
China-Taiwan tensions haven't escalated so far, but China is going to definitely attack Taiwan. When?
Yeah.
In the next 5 years,
Hmm.
sometime before 5 years, China will definitely do that. The Israel, Iran, Lebanon that did not lead to a world war. The tension between Iran and America, They haven't led to a world war. So I don't see this also escalating into a world war. But I was speaking to a military strategist recently. He was saying that World War One and World War Two, there was a big difference. We had a perception that World War One and World War Two would be this way. This can be called as a World War Three. How do we know?
Hmm.
How do we know that World War Three is not there? We are expecting World War Three to be a replica of either World War One or World War Two. But this could be when the whole world is at war.
It
There
could
are
be
tensions
different.
all over the
It
world.
could be in a different way. It may possible.
Correct? Absolutely. Yes, Ashish bhai. Very much possible. So yes, and Afghanistan is definitely going to counter China, going to counter Pakistan, and the
Hmm.
future of Pakistan that I am seeing right now is going to be very, very bleak. They are going to be fragmented in at least 4 to 5 pieces. Ashish ji.
Thank you so much, Major Mohammad Ali Shah, for giving your time and your suggestion and your views on the war which is going on between the Afghanistan and Pakistan. As per Major Shah, he made it very clear that this is not going to convert in World War III, but yes, of course, that Taliban is going to counter Pakistan. Thank you so much, Major Shah. Thank you so much. Thank you.